was young, I said to myself, the first car I'm going to use will be made by me, just because I love anything machines. So that makes me decide that the first car I'm going to use will be made by me. I studied plant science. I sought for local materials around. So I use melter for the body frame, which we call the tube chassis. So for the engine, I bought the tire. So for the covering now, I use a fiberglass. I work alone. So everything apart from the wiring, like the wire in the car, wasn't made by one rewire. But apart from that, everything on the car, I do it. It took me 4 years, but it's because there wasn't a sponsor. I mean money. So money is one of the challenge that I come across when I was making the project. I actually started the project when I was in my final year stage. So the little money I gathered in school, and after finishing, I went for my NYC too. So the allowance given to me, I saved most like 80% of the allowance. So I spent on the vehicle. So when I started spending money on the car, it was showing, but it remains a little for the car to start work. So, and there was no money, so I decided selling part of my properties just to acquire money to make the car start. So when I sold them, the car eventually worked. So that's how I raised money. When I started then, normally in every car there should be a welding point. Then I didn't know anything about welding. So when I wanted to start, I know I need to weld. I don't have any knowledge concerning that. I actually get someone who can teach me, and he taught me one day. So after that day, I faced some health challenges just because I couldn't see. Like 4 days after I started the welding. So I was indoor for 4 days. After the 5th day, I went back to the workshop. So it was coming up little by little. So from the scratch, I weld everything myself. There are some tools whereby I couldn't get around. So I manipulated some tools, work for what I wanted to use it for. Many people walk up to me and was asking me if I was normal, if I was okay. Like, how can I just think and say I want to make a car? Is it possible? Even one of my friends was telling the other friend that if I finish the car, he shouldn't go inside the car with me just because it will be dangerous. But to my surprise, he was even the first person that I will give the car key to, that will drive it. So those are the challenges I face, but I couldn't let all those things affect me just because I know this is just my first project, and I believe if I can achieve the project, I believe I can do something better. But the first thing in a car is the chassis. So my own, I said I use a tube chassis, and the chassis is like the skeleton of the whole body of the car. So the chassis are the one that supports the stability and the movement of the car. So apart from the chassis, I have my dashboard. Apart from the dashboard, I have my steering, and I served on a 4-speed gear with 1 reverse. I served on 1.6 liter Volkswagen engine too, and my side mirror are working. My engine is positioned at the back just because the car is a sports car. So the engine is positioned at the back, and the type of opening of my car is different from the normal car you can see around. I have my radiator being positioned at the front. So the reason is I need a cool air to blow my engine to cool it. There are some people, they've detached them from their dreams just because you want to enter into a tertiary school. You going to university now. I wanted to study mechanical engineering. I was being given plant science. I did the plant science just because I don't want to come back home. But inside that plant science, I started learning more about cars. So don't let that discourage you. If you are someone, you have dream, you have what you want to work on, you have a potential. Doing different courses apart from what you wish to do does not determine where you are going. The second one is money. Most of the people I know that do invent something, what they do complain is money too. Let me say, most of us are just struggling. Us rich people, even if they have this kind of talent, they won't want to work through it just because they have the money they wanted already. So if you are saying money is not the main issue here. I don't have any work and I finished a whole vehicle. So don't let money limit you. And the only thing I will want to say, I want you to believe is, if you chase after your dream, you are going to acquire more knowledge you've never acquired before. And I believe God will help us all. So believe in yourself, do what you like most, do what will make you happy, and see what will come next.